Get ready for a story about an institution. Well, it's more like get ready for a story about an institution that started really humbly, and now it's like, wow, they have some seriously impressive global connections. Yeah, we're talking about this university in Brazil. It's called Centro Universitario de Dinâmica das Cataratas.
UDC for short.
Yeah, exactly, UDC. And their journey, let me tell you, is surprisingly fascinating.
You know, when you think about UDC, it really makes you realize how much education can be a catalyst. Not just, for individuals in their own growth, but like for entire institutions. You can really see it in their story.
Okay, so paint us a picture. Where does this journey even begin?
Well, picture this. It's 1979. Planned growth, not just accidental.
Exactly. And always with this focus on really high-quality education.
And a little kindergarten named Zodarro, Grandma's Darling, opens up in Western Paraná, Brazil.
Part of a bigger plan, though. This wasn't just a one-off. This was Grupo Dinâmica.
Talk about dedication. They really saw it through.
And that's UDC in a nutshell. That same dedication baked right into the university.
So how does that actually play out when they become a university? How do they keep that going?
Okay, so you see it in this idea of formação humana, which is, well, it's bigger than just, here's your degree, go get a job.
Right, it's got to be more than that at the university level.
It's about educating the whole person. Yeah, academics matter, but so do ethics, critical thinking, having a global mindset.
A great kindergarten. They really wanted to build a full-on educational path for all of their students.
So that commitment to holistic education, was that always there from the start, would you say?
I'd say so, yeah. That commitment to forming well-rounded people, it's like a thread, it runs through their entire history, even when they made that leap to higher education in 2000.
What do you mean?
Well, they didn't just pick any fields to focus on. Their very first university programs were in architecture and urbanism and communication advertising.
Those fields tend to attract a certain kind of student.
The globally minded kind. Almost as if they knew.
That those students would need a global network someday.
Perhaps. But yeah, fast forward to 2013, and UDC hits this huge milestone. They get accreditation for distance learning.
Oh, wow. So online learning.
Exactly, or EAD, as it's known in Brazil. And that just opens up so many doors for their students.
Talk about expanding horizons.
But they weren't done. In that same year, can you believe it? They get full university status.
Wow, 2013 was a big year for them.
It really was. And I think it really set the stage for them to become the globalized institution they are now, which, and I'm sure you're eager to hear about it, is a story best told by starting with their impressive international partnerships.
Okay, so let's talk about these partnerships. Because UDC hasn't just, dipped their toes into the international scene here. This is like a whole global network they've built.
It really is. We're talking collaborations across continents, France, Italy, Spain, Portugal even. And that's just the start.
It's clear they get it,
Yeah.
that a global perspective is so key these days.
Absolutely. The world is interconnected, and UDC knows that education needs to reflect that.
So give us the details. What are some of the big names they partnered up with?
Well, one that comes to mind right away is the University of Toulouse.
Okay, in France.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal.
Huge. It's a top research university. Centuries of history there. Just imagine what it means for UDC students to, collaborate with researchers at that level.
Wow. It's not even just about sharing knowledge anymore at that point. It's like pushing boundaries. What other partnerships are we talking about?
Let's see. Well, they've also got a strong connection with the Sapienza University of Rome, another powerhouse.
Okay, so that's Italy covered.
And we can't forget Spain. They're working with the University of Seville, too.
Hold on. The University of Seville, with that incredible architecture.
The one and only. And even Portugal is in the mix. They've established ties with the University of Coimbra.
Wow. Which has been around since, the 13th century?
A center of learning for that long. UDC is in good company, that's for sure.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, though, what's the method to all this? Are they just trying to rack up partnerships with the biggest names, or?
Oh, not at all. These partnerships are strategic, very deliberate. UDC is partnering with institutions that are known for very specific things.
Like what?
Innovation, commitment to research, a global outlook, for sure. It's about aligning with like-minded places, all dedicated to pushing the limits of what education can be.
And think about what that does for the students, right? Imagine graduating not just with connections in your city or even your country, but globally.
Exactly. It's not just career prep at that point. It's like preparation for a future that doesn't have those kinds of borders.
Right. And it goes beyond the students too, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. Faculty exchange, research collaboration, this impacts everyone. It's a richer academic experience for all involved.
So we've covered Europe. But something tells me UDC hasn't forgotten about North America, have they?
You'd be right to think that. They haven't. Actually, UDC has quite a history with the U.S.
Oh, do tell.
Well, they've got a long-standing relationship with Georgetown University.
Makes sense. Another one known for, like you said, academic rigor and that global focus.
Right. But it goes beyond just universities. They've also cultivated strong ties with the U.S. consulate, even engaged with the Education USA program.
So it's deeper than just the academic institutions. They're building bridges with government agencies, educational programs. It's about fostering deeper understanding between entire cultures, isn't it?
Exactly.
Wow. Now, amidst all of these impressive partnerships, is there one that stands out as particularly remarkable?
I'd say there's one that you could consider the crown jewel. Yeah, their collaboration with Harvard.
Harvard. Wait, Harvard. Okay, now we're talking. Tell me everything.
Yeah.
I got to be honest, when I first heard about this whole Harvard thing, I was blown away.
It is pretty remarkable when you think about it.
It's like we started this story with a kindergarten, right? Grandma's spoils. And now here we are talking about Harvard. It's incredible.
UDC had a long-term plan. This wasn't just a stroke of luck, you know?
Right. Like they've been working on this since 2019.
At least. It shows real commitment, to make a partnership like this actually work.
And it's not just talk either. It's already producing results. Their collaboration with the Harvard Health Lab accelerators officially launch this year, 2024.
Yeah, they didn't just want a name on a piece of paper, They wanted to build something real.
And they have.
Yeah.
They've got these two creativity and entrepreneurship labs, right?
Yeah.
One at their main campus and one at the Villa A location.
Exactly. Designed to encourage that innovation, that entrepreneurial spirit.
Giving students the skills to actually make things happen.
And the thing is, it doesn't stop there. They're opening a third lab, too.
Oh, wow. Where?
UDC Medianera. It should be open in November.
So they're constantly evolving, always pushing forward. It's pretty inspiring to see an institution that started from such humble beginnings. They've really done some amazing things.
They really have. It goes to show you that it doesn't matter where you start, really. It's about where you're aiming. UDC had these clear goals, they found the right partners, and they never lost sight of that dedication to education.
It just goes to show you a bold vision, the right collaborators. You can achieve incredible things. And not just for yourself, but for, well, potentially the whole world.
Their reach is global now, there's no doubt about that.
It makes you wonder who else is out there doing this, right? Quietly building these global connections, changing the world. That's something worth thinking about, don't you think?